Good morning, afternoon, and evening, wherever you are. And I am the Marvel Man. And none of these other jabronis matter because we are talking Deadpool and Wolverine today. So, with that all being said, everyone, thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye. So, as you can tell, we are here to talk about Deadpool and Wolverine, the highest grossing rated R movie for an opening weekend of all time. Probably on track to be the highest grossing rated R movie ever.
Yeah. It's right now, currently, correct me if I'm wrong, around $400 something million just for opening weekend.
Opening weekend.
Yep. By the time this run is done within a month, I'm predicting it's going to make close to, if not $1 billion. $1 billion.
Oh, this is yeah. I think it's easily going to hit $1 billion.
Yeah.
I really think it is.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about the movie. Full spoilers.
Full spoilers. Yes.
So if you have not seen the movie and you don't want to be spoiled,
get out, because we're just going to go, ha, 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 boom. It's going to be that.
Because I wore my white pants today. So, Anyway, okay, so let's get overall thoughts. Zamo, what did you think of the movie overall?
Liked it, didn't absolutely love it, but I did appreciate it, and I thought this was probably the best Marvel movie since No Way Home. Without a doubt, I think Phase 4 is Jabber's here. I think Phase 4 has been an absolute fucking nightmare, and there hasn't been many good films, but this was one of the shining lights. I know we're into Phase 5 now, but I do think recently, since Endgame, apart from No Way Home, most of the films have been shit or average at best. So this one is way above average, not fantastically amazing for me, but if I had to give it a mark right now, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10 if I was marking it right now. I did like it. I liked it a lot, but I didn't love it like everyone else. I thought it was good though. I had fun with this.
Okay, D. Jose.
I loved it, and I'm going to go ahead and say this because I said this on Facebook, and some people had like that wide jaw emoji. They were like, "What?" Okay, in terms of fan service, violence, and comedy, this is your complete package. This is one of those movies where it was like, holy shit, you got fan service, you got some amazing stuff out of it. I loved it. I'm going to go ahead and honestly give it about an 8 out of 10. I thought that this was the best movie since No Way Home, and it is number 1 on my Marvel Cinematic Universe list out of everything they've done.
All right, Sleepy Greek. How would you what's your overall thoughts on the movie? You don't have to rank it. Apparently these two are ranking it. You don't have to rank it right now. If you want, or if you want to, that's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I love the film. It is a cynical kind of kitchen sink of fan service. It's just like throw everything out there. But given the context of the film, it worked. It wasn't like as shallow and stupid as, say, other films that do this kind of thing, where they just like throw, even within the Disneyverse. But within the MCU, they seem to get it right when they do the fan service, whereas with Star Wars, they get everything fucking wrong. But with this, yeah, they got it right. Some of the moments, some of the characters. I mean, I literally. Are we doing spoilers now? Or
yes, full on spoilers. We are doing full spoilers the whole time.
So when Wesley Snipes showed up as Blade, okay, all you could hear in the cinema was me go, "Oh my god!" like that, and everyone burst out laughing.
Yeah,
and then when Figgy showed up as Gambit, I was just like, "Oh, why not?" like that. I was like, "Sure," and. Yeah, I mean, I had a great time with this. Some of the humor was a bit. It's like the Reynoldsisms are so outdated. They belong back in the late 90s, 2000s. And I'm always with comedy. I'm always at that point of just because you can doesn't mean you should. So a lot of the kind of vulgarity that was used is just like, yeah, okay, you, it's not funny when you do it 1,000 times. So at some points the humor falls flat, but other times it works really well, and the film had a lot of heart. Like that's what I was hoping it would have. Like outside of the comedy, I wanted the stakes to be high. I wanted to be like, you want to root for this. You don't want to just sit there and go, oh, just fucking get on with it now. I'm sick of this kind of shit. But the whole thing like from start to finish, was just a great ride. It was a great film. It's what they I'd say it's what they should have done, but I think the MCU getting to a point of shit really helped this film as well because of the kind of fourth wall breaking that he was able to do, just shitting on Disney Plus, and the fact that you get like, you know, just a bunch of terminologies in there that you never thought would have happened, and it hit the nail on the head. And you know, looking at the box office and how it's doing right now, it is absolutely smashing it. It could end up one of the highest grossing R-rated films of all time.
Yeah, it's what, number 6 right now, I think, for domestically all time. Like number 5 or 6, it's up there. I think.
It's for adjusted for inflation, it's number 6.
Okay.
Currently, it stands at number 1 when not adjusted for inflation.
Okay.
What's the highest rated R movie prior?
Adjusted for inflation, I think
Aliens.
No. I think it's.
Let's do our research on this, kids. Give me a moment.
John Wick? No. I'll send. Don't worry about it. I'll send you a video that did all that. I literally watched the video like an hour ago on it. Okay. I can't remember if it was Matrix or if it was.
It's probably Sausage Party. I mean,
yeah. Actually, well, this is right up there. I mean, this is up there. This is like the most successful opening of a July film.
Okay, I've got the top 3. I've got the top 3. It's Joker, Oppenheimer, and Deadpool 2. So Deadpool's climbing. Deadpool's climbing right now.
That list is out of date because this Deadpool beats all of them.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think it must be. I think it is number 1 now.
Yeah,
but
I was about to say I thought it was already number 1, but I mean,
yeah, I think it is. Like in terms of all time, we're talking about all time here.
Yeah.
And if it isn't, not all time, like of opening weekend.
Opening weekend, definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. All time. It just depends on the second week what we get.
Yeah. Depends on how much of drop off you get.
Yeah. I mean, I had a great time with this.
I don't think so. I think people are it's gonna be like Endgame, where it's like people keep going back to see it because there's so much that they just missed the first time. And I really feel like, I mean, I'm considering going back and seeing it a second time.
Like, I want to do it again. I want to go watch it again just because I don't do that usually for movies these days. But Deadpool and Wolverine is one of those movies where I feel I have to see it a second time.
I'm definitely going to watch it again.
Yeah. I want to watch it again, but I'm willing to wait for it to come out on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
I want to watch it again though, definitely. Like I said, I want to watch it again because I know there was a lot of shit that went over my head that I totally missed.
Yeah,
got my popcorn bucket.
Nice.
Yeah,
I mean that's what YouTube is for. Zam, they got videos out there where will literally break down all the Easter eggs.
They had a Deadpool head, but it's sold out. Unfortunately, I wanted the Deadpool head that you open.
Oh yeah, everybody wanted that. It was like they were joking around about the Dune bucket and the Deadpool bucket.
Well, the Wolverine one actually exists.
Yep.
Does it?
Yeah, I've seen videos of people.
And Microsoft got in on the game too. They're like, all right, we're gonna do Deadpool and Wolverine controllers. That's how hyped this movie got. Where they're like, we're gonna do a sweepstakes, but for controllers and a Deadpool console.
I think that the marketing budget for this film was probably higher than the budget for the film.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's R-rated, they really need to get out there. Like, if you see how many videos Ryan and Hugh are in, like all these kind of junkets and just hot ones and like all these interviews and all that. Like, really
working with Gordon Ramsay.
I don't think they needed to though, because what made me book my ticket was the hype. Because before that I was like, yeah, okay, you know. But it's the hype that surrounded the film. It kept growing, and people that I trust were just fawning its praises, and I was like, okay, well, if this person and that person likes it, and I'm not talking critics, I'm talking just friends. Like
Yeah, like
general
me and
friends.
Zam, we told you how good it was, and
Yeah,
you
exactly. And things like that. And it's just like, I've got to go see it. I've got to go see it. So
once you heard me and Zam liked it, you were like,
All
well,
right.
I
I'm
loved
on.
it.
Oh, yeah.
Zam
Yeah, that's
liked
it.
it. So you were
Yeah.
like, well, if Zam didn't like it as much as Cheeto, then that means I'm gonna like it a lot. So
Yep.
the thing is though, but to book it, but I would have gone last week, but it's £21 to go see it. That's
Mhm.
ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I'll hear him. I'll hear.
This
We
is
got. Go ahead.
as I say, this is the only movie I'm pretty much seeing in the theater this year, though. You know
Yeah.
what I
What
mean,
did
like
the
I'm
ticket
not.
cost you?
Yeah, like I'm really not. There are no movies that I can think of that are actually coming out this year that I really want to go to the theater to see.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm just like I can splurge on this one.
There's
What did
something.
the ticket cost? What did the ticket cost over there? God damn it! I'm trying to ask a question.
Calm down. Bloody hell.
Ticket call. Let's see. Okay, like if you were
Ginger's
going,
cranky when he wakes up.
yeah, let's see. If you were going on a date, it would be probably if you take in snacks and all that kind of stuff. You're looking probably close to $40 for two people.
Okay, first off, date me what?
Yeah.
Second
if you're
off,
going on a date,
I'm a
yeah.
cheap date. Second
Yeah.
off, I don't order. I know it's the way the theaters make revenue, but I don't order food at the theater just because it's so expensive, and I know why it's expensive. I'm not.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I have to buy it. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
that's true.
Like,
You go to a store and sneak in the cheapest
no, I
stuff.
don't take anything in with me. I don't even take a drink in with me. I just go in raw and then just eat afterwards.
Damn. All right.
I did get an answer though. What did the ticket cost? Just a single ticket, no snacks,
Okay.
no
A
bullshit.
single ticket, probably maybe $12 to $14. Out here, that's what it is for us.
Nice.
That's not bad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up now what mine would be if I were to order
Yeah,
tickets.
that's
Right,
fine.
I can't remember because I ordered my tickets so long ago.
This was the
But
first time I ordered popcorn and a drink because I wanted a bucket. Since it's been well over a decade since I've bought popcorn at cinema.
Because there's some stuff I'm looking forward to. Like I am looking forward to Borderlands. I am looking forward to Beetlejuice too. But I'm like, yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. Yeah.
I was trying to remember. I saw the trailer in the cinema, and I thought I'm gonna go and watch this.
All
It's
right.
Beetlejuice.
So an XD ticket is $13.75 for XD. So a standard ticket is $10.50.
Okay, yeah, that's still not bad. Yeah.
Okay, so to go Monday morning, it was £11. Okay, I didn't pay for it. A friend of mine gave me their ticket, but it's $25 just for the ticket. Okay, not food, just for the ticket here in the UK to watch an MCU premiere of a film.
Let me ask you a question. Do they charge depending on where you sit? Because I know some theaters for us here in America, they do that depending on where you go.
If you get the special reclining seats, the bigger seats, maybe, but for the most part, the majority of it, apart from like a certain row of seats, you just get charged the same.
Okay.
But it's such a ripoff.
Yeah.
All right, so
let's get into it, man.
Yeah, let's get into it. We're not reviewing the whole movie, but I do have a couple categories I want to talk about.
I wanna first of all start by saying, for 52 years old, Jennifer Garner looks fucking amazing.
She's 52.
52.
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
And also Tina the Naughty Dragon. I love that name. It says hello, everyone.
Hello, Tina.
Hello, Tina.
Hello there. Okay, so Deadpool. What are your guys' overall thoughts on the story? So I'm going to kind of start off with this one because I do have one or two thoughts. I thought the story was good. I thought it was unique. I thought they used the current cinematic universe that they had to play in, and they used it really well. The Vanessa thing, I was actually kind of annoyed with because not that I wanted her to come along for the adventure, but they made this false dramatic thing with them because now they're friends. It's been a while and now they're friends because they broke up because Deadpool or because Wade Wilson couldn't get his life together, whatever. And it's like, I don't need this to justify why he's saving the universe. I don't need the whole, I saved the universe for all of us, but I saved it for you. And it's like, he would, if he was dating her, he would have saved the universe. You know what I mean? Like it was very forced. And
if I had a baby or if I got a family on the way, I could have probably bought that premise. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to be a father. Okay, then I
Deadpool
will.
can't have kids, so.
But he can't have kids. But yeah, if that was the case, then I could understand that. But yeah, I get what you mean.
That was my real like annoying issue with the story, is just that he keeps on like saying, "Oh, I'm saving." I like the fact that he was trying to save his universe for his friends, but like in the end, when it's just like, oh, they're broken up, and he had all these flashbacks of them, like they can have a rough patch in their relationship and still do the exact everything they didn't have to break up for anything to happen in this movie. You know what I mean? Like they just did that to do it, and it's like, and then just for them to get together at the end. Yeah, and I'm like, this is stupid. I can't. It was really stupid, and it kind of annoyed me. Not throughout the whole thing, but like sitting back and looking at it, I'm like, that's pretty stupid.
Yeah.
Everything else was really good. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
oh, go ahead.
Like they didn't need to censor it because again, like Vanessa was again like a focal point for his reasoning for the plot device, and it's just like I completely agree with what you said. It's more like, no, you've built a nice life around you. The relationship, sure, it could have had a rough patch or whatever, but we didn't need the stakes of, oh, they've broken up. But like, I didn't care. Like at this point in time, I didn't care. For me, I'm looking at it like he wants to save his universe. That was enough for me.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
He's had a shit life. He's built his friends up. He's got a nice little thing going, and he didn't want to lose that. That's a high enough stake for anyone.
Yeah,
and
that's what I said. You didn't have to break them up to do that. You know what I mean? Like, it just seemed pointless unless you were going to focus on that during the story, which they didn't. Which I'm fine with, because then there would have been too much time devoted to it. In Deadpool 2, it was done well, in my opinion. I thought that they devoted enough time to their relationship, because she died and all this other stuff, and he was having this internal struggle. But like, you couldn't have that in this movie. There was too much going on, and that's why it was like, it was kind of this forced dramatic thing.
And to me, it felt like, I don't know if you guys felt like this, but I felt like the side character in the side characters in his universe, I don't know if you guys got that feeling, but I felt like they were just there. Like it was like Yukio and they
didn't need to be involved, in my opinion.
They didn't need to be involved.
Yeah, because it felt like they were just there for the sake of being there, and I'm like, okay, it would have been one thing like if you would have started the film like with them arguing of like, wait, I'm tired of this shit, blah 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 blah, and then they go through a rough patch and they don't talk for a few days. Then I would have bought that like as a more viable premise, but here it was just like, okay, Wade's got to save the world. All right, cool. But to do it for her, I felt that was way too cheesy for me, and I didn't like that part of the film. But overall, I thought the pacing of the film was great. I thought that everything else surrounding it was awesome. I thought it was well paced. I thought, the jokes were a little corny, the dialogue was a little cheesy at times, but that's what you get with Deadpool.
Yeah, for me, regarding why I gave it the mark I did, is that I thought the actual story itself at times I had no idea what the fuck was going on when it came to why he's stopping things, why is shit happening to him, all of, the TVA's involvement, and I like seeing the TVA in there. It was good to see TVA outside of Loki. I really appreciated that. Yep. But him having to do what he did and going on this adventure and all of that, at times I had no idea why everything was happening, but I did like the camaraderie, the jokes, the nostalgia baits, the fan servicey parts. They made up for a story that I thought, fuck it, if I'm not going to figure it out, I'll just go with this ride. And the ride itself was, regardless, like, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, and the journey that these guys went on was a lot of fun. So if it just made it a bit more sense to me regarding the actual plot, and they'll do exhibition dubs every time there was no action on the screen, and I still wasn't fucking figuring out what the fuck was going on. But if it just made a little bit more sense and they cleared things up a little bit, I think I would have given this a lot higher mark.
I mean, I found like, so it would have been enough for them to come in and say, look, you really fucked around with the timeline, but for them to turn around and say, no, that's not it. I'm like, that actually pissed me off, because I'm like, well, that's the whole premise of the TVA. I suppose it's the post kind of Kang TVA, so they're a bit more flexible with the strands. And then that's why they're kind of bringing the kind of rogue guy who's just like, no, we can't have this. And that part, at first I was like, a bit daft, but then I thought about it. I was like, no, it makes sense. There's always, within any organization, there's going to be people that are just are purists or like want the old ways or like you know they want to be just
looking at you, Star Wars. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. So it's just like I kind of I got that part in the end. At first, when I walked away, I was just like, "This was stupid. Why don't they just go after him for pissing about with the timeline?" But then it's because it would have just been easier for them to enter in there, prune it, and come back out without getting Deadpool involved. You kind of had to get him involved because things have changed at the TVA as well. So it was just like I'd forgotten that the rules had changed there. Like they were allowing the strands to kind of peter out. But that universe was dying because, like, I don't know how Logan was anchored to that universe and its reason for dying, though. That part,
they call them anchor beans. Like,
like why? What is that? That's just so stupid.
Anchor beans.
You know, what happens when they get old and they die?
Mutants. Yeah.
Well, on top of that, it's like, oh, and your universe is going to die in a couple thousand years, and it's like, but why did they grab Deadpool now then?
Yeah. Why couldn't they?
Like why now?
Yeah.
So the reason, it's like it's so daft when you think about it, but the rest of it, you know, it plods along, and it was really good. And just see, you know, just more and more as you go along, and like for me, we're just talking about the plot now, isn't it?
Yeah, like just the story, like in general.
Okay, I'll leave it at that. Yeah, that's fine.
The only other thing that I really had an issue with was the Avengers interview at the beginning. I thought that went on way too long.
Yeah.
The only way that could have like gone longer is if he was jumping between different realities, trying to get into the Avengers in different realities.
That would have been funny. I think that would have been funnier.
And he fails in every single one of them. You know what I mean? Like, because why would he just go to Earth? Which, by the way, 616 is the comic book timeline. You MCU dogs trying to take over the comic book numbers. Because they keep on saying that 616 is the MCU timeline. It's like, no, that's the comic timeline. Anyway,
okay. I actually liked that scene, Cheetah, because it was like good witty banter between two characters, and I
didn't mind it.
I just think it went on too long. And as I said, if maybe he was going, like, if there was like a montage, not like a music montage, but just like a montage of him talking to different Happy Hogans, like over different universes, talking to the Avengers, but having like the same conversation.
There'd be one happy that'd be angry. There'd be one happy that'd be sad. There'd be one happy that would just be like, get the fuck out of here. That would have been hilarious if they would have done that kind of thing.
What I don't get is, like, when we get to the beginning of the story, it's 616. But when he jumps to him being interviewed, it says like Earth 1000 and something.
1000, yeah. 10005 is what they called it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's the Fox universe. Now.
That's the Fox universe. But how's the 616 and Wade kind of tied in? Because in the 616, it's where he digs up Logan's corpse, right?
He fucked around. They explained it by basically saying he fucked around with the timeline too much with the thing he got in the end of Deadpool 2. I
think 616 is when he went for the interview. He tried to dig up Deadpool in his home universe, which is 10005.
Okay.
Is what I gathered from it. I've only seen it once.
Yeah. That just doesn't make sense to me how they're tied together.
I mean, I don't think we're going to get anything, you know.
No,
they'll just say here he is, and that was kind of sort of what they did.
Yeah, it shouldn't have been 616. I think they fucked up there. Yeah, big time with that.
They started it in what, Multiverse of Madness?
Right?
Yeah, that's when they started that, calling the MCU at 616, and I'm like, no, call it 617. I don't care. Call it 619. Have Rey Mysterio show up. I don't care.
Yeah.
Everybody runs around in 619 with Rey Mysterio mask on.
That would have been dope.
Okay, so unless you guys have anything else to talk about the plot overall, I mean, honestly, from the beginning, that's kind of it. Like, and then it's like, hey, stop the timeline from unraveling.
Yeah.
Okay, get from point A to point B to point C.
I will give them this, though. I think my all-time favorite scene had to be the very opening scene when he takes down the TVA.
No, that was going to be my next thing. Is like.
Yep.
Let's talk about favorite scenes. So, go ahead, DH.
That's got to be my favorite Deadpool scene ever. The fact that they put on NSYNC and he just does the steps as he beats the shit out of them. I thought that was just fantastic. I thought the pacing of that was great. Easily my favorite scene.
He didn't beat the shit out of them. He killed them.
Yeah,
he killed them.
Yeah.
He killed them.
And I was wondering, did that warrant them being killed? Like,
it's Deadpool. It's Deadpool. What are you gonna do? Yeah.
Yeah,
but
fair enough.
but that was my favorite scene. Just him going through. He was like freaking taking down putties from Power Rangers, but in a more violent way.
Yep.
He was like, "I'm gonna unalive you, motherfuckers, and I'm gonna enjoy doing it every chance I get." And that was just how it was. He took down a whole squad.
All right.
I
Ginger
like how in the trailers they did that scene with the katanas and they didn't show you him using Wolverine's skeleton to kind of take him down.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I
So
mean,
that was
there's
a
so many
great bait
fake outs in
switch.
Marvel trailers anymore. You have no idea what the end product is going to look like.
In Disney
Like-
trailers, just generally.
I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
like once I realized like they had that one scene in Infinity Wars trailer where the Hulk was there and running, and then like he actually wasn't there in the actual movie at all. You know, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like
Yep.
I knew from that day forward. I'm like, no, like Marvel trailers, like they will go to that length to psych you out. You know,
Yep.
like
I was just happy just to see like finally like an established Fox Universe character like Wolverine, like Hugh Jackman, in the MCU. Finally, like
I don't consider him in the MCU at this point. Like they visited
Well,
MCU. Yeah, they
Yeah.
visited the MCU and like okay, are they in the like actual 616 universe? No. Are they like a part of the like Disney Marvel cinematic structure multiverse? Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because
Okay.
like, when you see like the TVA and you saw that lady within the TV, when you see like Happy Hogan as well and stuff like that, you know, there are elements of the MCU that's definitely in here, and it was just good to see. And however it may be, whether it be a different universe or whatever, but it's still part of that whole overall multiverse, and you know, it's all coming together finally. So
Yep.
I appreciated that.
For me, so I love the opening scene as well. But the bit where he jumps around to the different universes and we get like small Wolverine, like comic
Yeah.
accurate Wolverine.
Listen, they missed a
Yeah.
trick though, man. That could have been Danny DeVito. Come on.
Oh,
Like
yeah,
that could
Yeah,
have
it
been
should have been
Danny
Danny
DeVito.
DeVito.
Yep.
But Age of Apocalypse Wolverine, I absolutely drooled all over myself and in my pants when we got that. That was the Wolverine that didn't have the hand.
Yep.
He had a
Yep.
metal thing over his hand. That was Age of Apocalypse Wolverine.
Ooh,
And then Calverine
Yep.
as well. That was
Yep.
fucking fantastic.
He looks great. He looks, now we saw him as Wolverine. He's like, you know what, you could do it, man.
But here's the thing though, it's kind of like John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. If they put it in a movie like this as a cameo, I don't think it's going to happen in the actual MCU. You know what I mean?
No.
Like
No, it's not. It's not. It's definitely.
I think it's fan service, and that's all.
No,
It's
and
ever gonna be.
I don't want Cavill as Wolverine. I want Cavill as Captain Britain.
Yeah,
Okay?
that would be a good one.
Yeah,
That would
me
be
too. Don't
absolutely
get me
good
wrong.
one.
Don't get me wrong. I mean,
Yeah.
like he's
Yeah.
too old to play Wolverine now. Like Wolverine needs to be played by somebody in their late 20s, early 30s, so they can play the role for
Completely
15. So they can play the role for a good
Completely
15 years.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
You know what I
agree.
mean?
Absolutely, Zam. Spot on.
Yep.
I love the fight scene in the car.
Yes, that was going to be mine. Was
All the fight scenes were great though. But the
Oh,
fight
yeah.
scene in that car was great. The fight scene at the end with all the pools was great. The fight scene with like Blade, Gambit, Elektra, all of that. It was just like it's
Oh,
what
this
I've
is
always
instant.
wanted. No shaky cam,
Sorry.
great edited. You get to see what's going on. The action was so beautifully shot. Wait, fuck off, cat. It was just there was a lot of just great scenes. But I've got to say as well, it's the best use of a classic song that's kind of been reworked to fit in with the scene, with obviously Madonna's "Like a Prayer," which is a song I love anyway, and just the way they use that, it just ties in so beautiful. Like, I was goosebumping throughout the whole thing just because of the way they use that music.
I honestly feel like the soundtrack of this movie we haven't had a soundtrack this good since like Guardians 1.
No,
I would
no.
say.
Yeah, it
They
was
had
super.
NSYNC's Bye, like, and they
Yep.
made it work.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, what the
That's what I
hell?
mean.
And that was from my era. Like I was literally a kid as NSYNC was coming up, and I'm like, yeah, '90s me was happy because I'm like, all right, cool, NSYNC, because we were forced to listen to that shit because that was all you'd hear on the radio. So I'm like, all right, cool. They went with it.
No, DH, you know he was in front of his TV as a young little D Jose, standing in front of his TV watching that music video. Every time it came on MTV, he has all of it memorized.
Yeah,
So,
all of it, all the
you
lyrics, all the dance
you-
moves.
what do you guys think of the villain?
Loved it. That was my standout.
Loved her. Yeah.
Cassandra was a standout performance in this, apart from Hugh Jackman. Like Hugh Jackman's portrayal of Wolverine was his best one. Like, but Cassandra Nova just absolutely stood out for me. Like,
I got some thoughts on the Hugh Jackman or the Wolverine thing when we get to that one, but yeah, Cassandra Nova was I again though, Bossman's kind of right. Like all these good villains, they just kind of like kill them off. You know what I mean? Like all the good villains in the MCU just keep getting killed. And it's like, it's not that I wanted her to really get away, but at the same time, it's like I was really surprised at how good she was. You know, like I was really shocked. Like I knew Hugh Jackman as Wolverine was going to be good. I knew that going in. This I don't remember the actress's name who played Cassandra Nova. I had no idea what to expect.
No.
Yeah.
Honestly, I thought we'd just get like silly pantomime stuff, but no, she was amazing. Like every scene she was in, you just wanted to see her, and I'm just like, I was gutted that they've killed her off, but there's ways to bring her back in.
Multiverse, baby.
Multiverse, baby. But she was wonderful. Like honestly, I wanted more. I did want her to get away. I was a bit pissed that she died but it's really funny because I always say she has the stupidest origins ever in comics.
Ever.
Yeah.
But she is also one of the best villains ever in comic books. Well, in X-Men. I can't say in comic book because if you round up all the comics from Image, DC, and Marvel and all that, she wouldn't rank up there, but
I mean, Apocalypse is definitely on the top there. I mean, come on, guys.
I mean, Apocalypse for sure. Like, Mole Man, number one.
Oh, Mole Man.
Yeah, Mole Man. Hell yeah. I would have to say the standout for me, like if we're just talking about standouts, the little kind of bromance between Johnny and Deadpool, that was probably like my mark out moment because when you saw Chris Evans, he was like, oh, Captain, my Captain, and he goes to hug him around his waist. I thought that was like the funniest damn thing throughout the entire movie. I'm like, they got such a bromance going on. It was great. I love that.
That was actually going to be one of my questions that I had was about Johnny Storm. Since we're talking full spoilers, do you guys feel like you wanted more Johnny Storm in this movie, or do you think he served his purpose and it was good that he was done?
He served his purpose.
He served his purpose. Yeah.
When somebody, sorry. Well, like X-Force and how they died in Deadpool 2. Like I was pissed off, but I nearly passed out from laughing so much when I saw that in the cinema. So
Brad Pitt.
Kind of forgive it. Yeah. But with this one as well, because of the way he died, I was just like, it was hilarious.
At the end of the day, you can't have the side characters overshadowing Deadpool and Wolverine.
No, you can't. Yeah,
I think he even made a remark about how he's too expensive to be in this movie for too long, or something, didn't he?
Yeah.
And so, maybe not necessarily killed off, but fine, fair enough. And it was hilarious how it was done, as well. But when he went flame on like that, I thought, holy shit. I couldn't believe it, like holy shit, like he's doing it again. Like,
as soon as he showed up, I was like, oh, they're gonna do Johnny Storm. They're gonna
like 100%.
Yeah, like when I saw his hair, like he didn't have the Captain America do. Like he had a Johnny Stormish do. Like it wasn't blonde, but I was like, yeah, they're gonna do Johnny Storm. That's why they got him all covered up and everything. And I'm like, as soon as he went flame, I'm like, yep. Yeah, like everybody in my theater was probably really stupid because they all thought he was Captain America. Like I could tell they were all just like, "Oh, it's Cap! Oh, it's Cap! Oh, it's Cap!" And I'm like, "Really? Are we really this dumb?" Like,
yeah. But I loved seeing Pyro as well. He was one of the underrated.
No, but I didn't think they used him well in the movie. Like he had one moment against Storm, but I really felt like he was underutilized. And same with Sabretooth as well. Like, all right, here's Sabretooth. All right, see you later, Sabretooth.
Yeah, I thought they kind of wasted Sabretooth, but But honestly, that Sabretooth I'm not that upset about. If they would have had Lib Schreiber's Sabretooth, I would have wanted more.
Yeah, for sure.
I now was that Ray Parker's Toad? Because honestly,
yes.
they really
no.
Yeah,
it wasn't Ray Parker. No,
it wasn't. Somebody
Was it
said
not
it was
that-
Ray Park.
No, it looked completely different. Azazel wasn't the same actor.
I know
Juggernaut
that.
wasn't the same.
Lady
All
Deathstroke
of them
wasn't
were
the same.
completely recast.
Yeah.
All
Oh.
of them.
But yeah, because
That's
in my
what's a
opinion, if it
shame.
was Ray Park, they wouldn't have made it so obscure. It would, if it was or wasn't, they would have shown Ray Park's face, in my opinion. And so,
I mean, he did get. He
yeah.
actually got a line. So
I
Yeah,
just
but
didn't.
it wasn't. It's not.
Yeah.
Double
no,
check it, but
he
it's
is
not Ray Park.
credited in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh, is he?
okay.
Yeah,
he's in there.
I was positive it was
It
Ray
looks
Park.
so young.
Yeah. They de-aged him.
Does that guy ever
And
age?
makeup can do that as well, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, he's
So-
credited in Deadpool and Wolverine as Toad.
I'm looking at IMDb right now, and then Ryan Reynolds says that he and the makers purposely asked for a lower budget than Disney was prepared to offer them, because the reason why the first Deadpool did so well is because they didn't have that
Yeah,
much
exactly.
of a budget. So it actually worked out. I'm like, all right, good.
I know. I like Ducks10. Yeah, welcome to the stream. If you're on Twitter, please join us on YouTube as well.
They're on Twitch, not Twitter.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I apologize. Yeah, those T's.
What I was saying, my standouts of Wolverine. I loved the campfire scene between X-23 and Logan,
Yep.
or Wolverine, like that whole interaction, like between
Yeah.
those two. I wish we would have gotten more of that, but again, there's a lot of things in this movie that I wish we would have gotten more of, but then the movie would have felt cluttered. So it's kind of one of those, like, I want it, but I know it's probably not
Gonna
the
happen.
best for the movie.
Yeah.
But like, I do want more of X-23 and because like just the way that those two bounced off one another, even if it wasn't the same Logan, it still was so good around that campfire.
Yep.
And I mean, I and one of the things was, Ginger, how, like, did you think in the very beginning the horrible thing that
Move the comments, Zan. Jesus.
Yeah.
Sorry, I thought I did. My eyes.
Ginger, how long did it take you to realize, or how long did you think that it was going to be the old man Logan reason why he was so, like, feared and revered or whatever in his universe? Like, I thought we were going to get a Jake Gyllenhaal cameo where Mysterio basically made Wolverine kill, like, all of the X-Men, and like that was the horrible thing that he did. So it's like
right.
like it's a pre old man Logan.
Yeah.
Like, I know we kind of saw old man Logan on
Yeah,
the porch. But still, it was kind of like I thought they might do that, and then we might get a Jake Gyllenhaal like cameo with that whole thing.
Actually, that's another thing. Actually, I'm glad you brought that up. Like, apparently, this is the most shittiest Wolverine of all time, but he didn't come across as that inadequate, and he obviously had some guilt about him, and I wasn't really sure what the fuck was that all about either. So once again,
He was just getting drunk in a bar, and then the humans showed up and slaughtered all the mutants, even the Omega level ones. They managed to slaughter them, and
yeah, I know. It's
Wolverine
like, how many people? I was thinking that, like, how many people showed up if they killed Storm and Jean?
Yeah.
It, like, how many of these people showed up? Like, because there must have been a lot for them to actually take advantage, like, kill off Charles and Storm.
I would have liked it if Wolverine had, like, my reasoning for being away, this, that, and the other. I got drunk, come back, all the guys were dead, and him feeling guilt that he could have done something to save them and all this kind of shit. But the plot twist is that in that universe, it was Cassandra Nova that did the thing that she did in New X-Men and wiped them out. So when he sees her in here, it, like, he goes like, we could have had like Berserker Wolverine or whatever. I thought that would have added more gravitas, but instead we just get I was away getting drunk and I came back and everyone was dead, and I was just like, yeah, I mean, it's a good enough reason to say you suck as a Wolverine, but
not the worst.
Not the
That's
worst.
not your fault.
I mean,
Age of Apocalypse Wolverine is probably
X-Men
worse than
suck.
that.
They couldn't fucking they couldn't fucking wipe out the humans. Oh,
yeah, more like the X-Men sucked than you sucked, Wolverine.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I loved seeing Daphne Keane back as X-23. She was great, like a little fucking kid, and she was killing it in that bloody Logan film. And now she's like at the age where she's like in the comic books, and I definitely want to see her, like, even if she shows up like Secret Wars and all this kind of shit.
No, but
not taking the mantle, but being parallel to a Wolverine.
As a child actor, I can understand why she was so good with both her mum and dad are actors and actresses. I found that out about her, and she's British Spanish as well, which is why she was able to play that.
Yeah, that's why she was able to do the
so good.
Spanish stuff.
But when she put the goggles on, I was getting Quicksilver vibes from her. She almost looked like a female Quicksilver to a degree when she had those goggles on.
Yeah, similar bone structure to Evan Peters.
Yeah.
I mean, I would not be upset if she showed up in like a Young Avengers form. Like, as I said, it would have been great if we had actually Kang Dynasty, which was the Young Avengers backdoor movie, and you have X-23 show up in that because she's still young enough where she could be a Young Avenger. You know what I mean? But there's still multiverse involved because of Kang. So I think she would have been a great addition.
She's only 19.
She's 19. Yeah, man, she could easily do it.
Yeah.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Like. But I mean, by the time Secret Wars comes out in 2027, I mean, these people don't stay young forever. And I'm not saying she would look old. I'm just saying, like, Kang Dynasty would have been a great place to have her come in.
Look, you're doing the Zam thing of getting bogged down on one little thing.
No, don't just don't, Jin. Just please, just don't do the Zam thing. All right, just don't.
I'm just saying, like you would.
Just don't. It's not the Zam thing. All right, I don't appreciate that. Just don't. No, just shut up.
All right, you touchy fucker. I'm just saying.
Whatever.
Okay. All right, Cheetah. I'm just saying, don't get bogged down in the Young Avengers thing. If it happens, it happens. I don't think it's going to happen.
I'm not a touchy fucker, man. Just don't have to fucking make me the butt of everything. All right, please,
different direction.
Okay, he's talking to me, so it's okay.
Yeah,
he stopped.
Yeah, I've moved on, Sam. Don't worry, I've moved on.
Yeah, just all right. Just watch yourself. I'm just saying.
Okay. All right, so I don't know what I mean. Fight scenes. I mean, we already kind of touched on the fight scenes. I love that car scene, man. That was just so good.
Yeah, the car scene was great. I like the Deadpools. I was like, all right, cool. They got all the Deadpools coming in. Lady Deadpool was the leader of the squad. Cowboy Deadpool, Kid Pool, Baby Pool, Dog Pool, which was the world's ugliest dog.
I actually thought, I don't know, all the Deadpool fight was good. I just thought a lot of those Deadpools, except for Lady Deadpool, was a throwaway. Like, I mean, and they didn't even die. Like, they weren't even throwaway people to be killed. They were just like, because they all regenerated, except for Nice Pool, which that was kind of annoying too. I
didn't care for Nice Pool. I was like, Nice Pool looks like that used car salesman.
I wish they would have done Gwen Pool for that one. You know, Gwen Pool and the dog,
mm-hmm.
and then brought Emma Stone back to play Gwen Pool. I'd have marked out for that, like, completely.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yep.
But I like how she keeps getting shot all the time. It's like, I need to rest. You're a dead weight. I'm fucking paralyzed. Shot in the spine. Yeah. And then Peter saves the day with all the Deadpool.
Yeah, Peter's the MVP. Peter's the man.
What it actually, and we didn't talk about one villain, actually, like the corporate villain. What did we think about Paradox? Like, I thought he was great. Like, I never thought that he would, like, I thought he was funny, he was entertaining, he had good motive, like, you know, just ambition, you know, like, I think you said earlier, Ginger, it's like ambition is just, it's a cliched motive, but it works.
His reasoning made sense as to why he wanted to do what he wanted to do, and you're like, okay, because
he wanted to take over the TVA at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, good motivations, fun villain.
Mistress of Mess, did all the Deadpool variants get returned to their own universe at the end of the movie? Who knows? Who cares?
Yeah, I don't think they did, but I don't know.
And I would have loved to have seen Nicolas Cage's Ghost Rider, but it's not so one thing that I brought up before that is that everyone's like, oh, this is the MCU's or Deadpool's introduction to the MCU. I don't see that. I never went into this movie thinking that. I thought that this movie was going to be a eulogy for Fox. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I went into this movie.
Yeah, that's it.
It was. That's why I'm like, since we're talking spoilers, Deadpool and this version of Wolverine stayed in the main Fox universe. You know, like, so, you know, everything was working out or whatever. The bros did the antimatter matter swing, and it worked, and then they survived. So, you know, like, I never went into this movie thinking this was the introduction of the mutants. I did not even want that remotely. I wanted it to be the eulogy for the Fox movies and the Fox universe. And that's why I'm glad Blade showed up, because he was the first.
Yep,
you know?
Blade was the first, because a lot of people were like, Black Panther's the first. I'm like, nope, it's Blade. Blade was the first Black Panther.
Like, it was the first movie that, like, made a crap ton of money.
Yep.
because Blade didn't make a ton of money. But I mean,
But
no,
that
Blade.
wasn't Blade. But Blade wasn't the Fox universe. He was New Line Cinema.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't
that is
Fox? I
true.
thought it was Fox.
No, he was New Line Cinema.
Oh shit! Well, I've been wrong this whole time then.
So we finally get Blade in the MCU, and it's fucking Wesley Snipes again.
Yep.
Well, I mean,
there's only going to be one Blade.
Did you see the line where he goes, "I'm the only Blade," and like Wade looks at the camera like, you know, as if to acknowledge they keep fucking up the new Blade so much that he's not coming back.
And I liked his some motherfuckers tried to only upskate up a hill, upskate. Oh fuck, I forgot how the phrase went.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a bit cringe, but I mean, I get why they did it because that's like one of the most famous lines from those movies.
But seeing Channing Tatum finally as Gambit, you know, I'm not sure how I felt about the whole costume. It looked really fucking ridiculous.
I thought his dialogue was so fucking cheesy, but it worked for Gambit.
But I think that's kind of proving the point that like a Gambit movie with Channing Tatum in a comic book accurate outfit was never going to work. Never.
No.
Like that. No. I think that it's like, you know, it's really funny because, you know, the one line where he's like, I don't know how long I've been here. I think I was born here. He never said it.
And when he goes, who's the dialect coach around here? I don't understand the word you said.
The Minions?
Yeah. Is the Minion a dialect coach?
Need his subtitles for that. Yeah.
I know, really. Okay, so just the last thing I wanted to ask really quick before we wrap up. Any cameos that you wanted to see that you didn't get, that you thought were coming that you didn't get? Spider-Man. All I wanted was Spider-Man just swinging, and he roasts the shit out of him. Who's this little bug fucker swinging around in my movie? Why is he here? That's all I want. I mean, you got the thwips.
Yeah, you got the thwips, but that was all I wanted. I wanted like, it didn't even have to be Tom Holland. It could have just been Spider-Man just swinging around for the fuck of it.
They should have got the Japanese Spider-Man. He should have been in there.
I wanted Terrence Howard as Wolverine.
Oh, okay.
And Rhodey, and that would have been nice. And by the way, we did get the Hulk. People forget that.
Yeah,
we did get. We got a brief image of the Hulk.
Yep, and we got Thor holding Deadpool as he was dying, which I thought was a nice touch.
Yeah. Ginger, any cameos that you wanted that you didn't get, or you thought
I wouldn't have minded a couple of more X-Men to kind of show
there were
maybe like a Cyclops.
There were like no X-Men in this, like not even.
Yeah, just Colossus. That's all we got.
And he wasn't even really there. It was like, hello, and that was it.
Yeah. But actually, I want to ask you guys were okay with a variant Wolverine and not the Wolverine?
It doesn't matter at this point.
I don't
care.
care.
Is Wolverine.
Wolverine. It's all good.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure like the one that died in Logan isn't from the Fox. The continuity of Fox's X-Men. He was in a different universe.
Yeah, it's a different timeline.
Were like heroes and they had their own comic book and all this other stuff.
The Mr. Sinister revealed in the previous movie that led into Logan, and all of that shit.
But this Logan still took place in a different universe from the main continuity.
But I swear to God, he said that the Logan of his universe died.
Yeah, the Logan of the Fox universe did.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
yep.
It just doesn't make sense. They're Earth 616 and 1005 and all this kind of stuff, because that we know, like from the interviews that we had with James Mangold and all that, it's saying it doesn't take place in the Fox continuity. It's a different multiverse.
Yeah, again, it's gonna have to be maybe.
Logan happened a long time ago, but didn't we get a Jean Grey cameo in that as well?
No, that was the Wolverine. That was
the Wolverine.
Yeah, fair enough.
That was the second Wolverine movie, which honestly I think is underrated. I like that movie.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, and just mainly like.
It would have been,
Edward Norton's Hulk would have been. Yeah, Kevin Rhodey, Edward Norton's Hulk, Eric Banner's Hulk. No, thank you.
I think that would have. Oh, go ahead.
Was it Banner's Hulk like Fox? No. I know it was Universal that kind of had the distribution rights.
Yeah, it was Universal. Was it? No, it was Universal that just had it. I don't think it was Fox.
Yeah, Universal owns the right. Well, they owned the rights to Fox or to
Hulk.
Hulk, yeah.
I don't know if it's reverted yet, though. Has it?
I thought it has.
Reverted now.
Yeah.
Reverted. They own the distribution rights, not the
not the actual rights to Hulk.
Yeah, but it would have meant they get a huge chunk of money for doing nothing, and Disney were like, "No, fuck you, we won't get a solo Hulk."
Yep.
Well, and I don't blame them. Honestly, Hulk,
I don't.
you did everything you needed to do with Hulk and the Incredible Hulk. Honestly, like everything else can kind of be like in other things, unless you're really gonna go in like balls in on Hulk stuff, you know. But like,
I kind of consider Ragnarok kind of sort of Hulk's thing.
I
That was
consider
kinda
Ragnarok
his
a piece of shit, is what I
Yeah.
consider Ragnarok.
That was kind of his coming
They
out
ruined
party,
Planet
but
Hulk.
yeah.
But
Do you think
I mean, Jose's right. It is Hulk's thing because it takes place on a planet where Hulk fights. Like Thor shouldn't really have been there, but hey,
Yeah.
you know, and Disney couldn't do much about that.
Do you think we should have got maybe some more X-Men, something or other regarding cutscenes, end credit and all of that?
I think, well, for it
Yeah,
to be
rather
Deadpool's, for it to be Deadpool's universe, I would have liked to have seen a little bit more X-Men.
Something leading
Yeah.
into that, not just
Yeah.
a fucking Beast bit we got at the end of Marvels. But so something else,
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe Planet Hulk or I don't know. But,
No, well, not so much Hulk because, like, I think it just wanted more, just like Fox's universe stuff.
Doctor Doom.
No, don't get us started on
Yeah.
Doctor Doom.
Yep.
Doctor Doom. Why not Doctor Doom? We had wasn't I can't remember the actor that played him. But
Yeah, no, he was
that
on
was
Nip Tuck.
cool.
I thought.
Yeah, Nip Tuck.
Hey, look,
Yeah.
if he would have shown up, I would have been fine with it. But like,
Yeah.
it just would have been too cluttered at that point. A lot of these throwaway cameos were good just because they were just that. They were throwaway cameos. But if we get
Yep.
guys like Doctor Doom in there, if we get like Johnny was the perfect throwaway cameo from
Yep.
the Fantastic Four, because like if you had Reed Richards in there, Sue Storm, even the Thing, you'd want more from them. With Johnny,
Yeah.
it's just like you don't really need much more than a flame on, him
Yep.
getting owned, and then him dying.
That's it.
And then him going on his rant at the very, very end in the post-credit scene, like, I'm tired of you motherfuckers talking shit. I'm going to prove that he said this. And then he goes on like this, like, minute-and-a-half diatribe about, like, you either work for Eliath or you work for this bitch. And then he just goes on this fucking profanity-laced tirade, which, watch your language, by the way, which I found ironic. And then he's like, yeah, girl, you crazy. And then at the very end, he just goes, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew he was gonna die. By the way, when
Yep.
that moment with him and Cassandra, I thought, you know what? That's it. All right, you've had your
Yep.
moment here, mate.
Yep.
Your time's done now. But I didn't know he was gonna die like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a very what's his name? The guy done the Evil Dead movies.
Sam Raimi.
Sam Raimi type of death.
Mm.
I mean, the look of it felt like stop motion animation almost. The way like he turned into like bones and flesh. So
I don't know. Anything else you guys want to bring up
Hello,
before we
senior
wrap
friend.
this up?
Nah, I'm good.
I think we're good. It was a great movie. I'm looking forward to owning it. I want them to give us the date for it. I think it'll probably be September by the time we finally get it, because Blu-rays
say
come out
October.
pretty
Yeah.
October. Yeah,
Unless it's still making a lot of money in the cinema, then they'll
Mhm.
push it back.
Then they'll
Yeah.
push it back. Yeah. But no, like movies that suck, you get out you get it or you get physical media in like 2 months.
month.
If it's making it's like if it's making a crap ton of money, you're looking at 4 to 5 months.
okay, so it's probably going to be October.
Because
by the
it'll
time we-
go to like the dollar theaters and all this other stuff, and
Yeah.
they're gonna still want people to go and see it, even though it's $1.
Yeah,
It's gonna be crazy. All right, so I mean, I'm giving Deadpool and Wolverine. I didn't give my rating earlier, but I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I thought that it was really good. Everything was really well done, and the little things that annoyed me about it was just more me being a nitpicky nerd. So I really thought it was a fantastic eulogy to the Fox universe, a clusterfuck from the beginning to the end. I'm talking about the Fox universe, and this was the perfect eulogy for it.
yep,
You know what I mean? Like, it
Yeah.
capped it off.
yeah. Like I said, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I thought it was a combination of things. I thought it was a love letter to Marvel fans to an extent, and I also thought it was a eulogy to Fox, being like, all right, Fox fucked up this whole time, like Cheeto just said, and this is the perfect send-off. Let's wrap it up. Let's move on from Fox, and now let's fully embrace Marvel, and let's see where we're going. And I'm very much looking forward to seeing what they're going to do with Deadpool going forward.
look, for a start, I don't know if we. I hope we do get more Deadpool going forward. Whether he be in his own movie or supporting another film, I want to see more Deadpool in the future. But will Disney treat this like ECW one night stand, where look, here you go, we gave you what you wanted, your R-rated shit, but now we're going to go back to PG material, or they're going to take note of this and say, you know what, we can make R-rated stuff. And we should make R-rated stuff, and hopefully they will make R-rated stuff.
I think that
Oh,
this film's gonna make fucking stupid money. So it's not the last time we're gonna see them.
No,
I think the last time we see Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, we don't know yet.
yeah,
but
I think
Deadpool definitely coming back. If you do bring back Wolverine one last time, bring him back for Secret Wars.
Yes.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think that this basically proved to the Disney bigwigs that R-rated movies for Marvel can make money. But I mean, most of the Marvel stuff is still going to be PG-13. Like Captain America: Brave New World, Thunderbolts would have benefited from a rated R. I think they would have been better as a rated R.
I agree.
But then, like the Avengers movies, they're all going to be PG-13. It just depends on the franchise, and like we know that Daredevil Born Again is going to be just like the Netflix show. They have said that. They said no, we are.
It's going to be like a rated R audience. That's what they're going for. Yep.
Hopefully they finish making it, but regardless of it being R-rated, it's still got to be good. I mean, you could have R-rated and fucking make Blade Trinity for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at like the kind of highest rated, highest grossing R-rated films have all been within the last couple of years, like Joker, Deadpool 1 and 2, Oppenheimer. They've all been within the last decade, and the audience is just fed up of vanilla pussy shit. They are. You can't. And the MCU kids that grew up with the franchise are now in their 20s and 30s, okay, because this thing goes back 15 years, all right? And you have to grow it up with your audience. Okay, I'm not saying everything needs to be rated R, but it needs to have a bit more gravitas, a bit more fucking balls to do some stuff. It can't be like Phase 4 was just a pile of vanilla garbage. And we're seeing the change now. If you look at the future projects, we're seeing the change. I hate to say this, but it did stick out to me that they've given up on the diversity push, because if you look at the projects in the timeline, it's not as diverse as it was. So they're just like, okay, fuck it, we want to make money now. We're done with the Chapek era of trying to pander to everyone and all this kind of shit. And it's just like, get a good story, get the right characters in, and just do it right. And that's the only way. That's where they're moving forward. But nobody's like, there's always all the saber rattling back and forth between the two, the two ideologies. But nobody's picked up on this at all. Like everyone's like, and I'm like, oh, so they've just, they've come to the realization of just stick to the source material and make it good. And that's what we're getting moving forward.
Yep.
I mean,
for fuck's sake,
they brought Robert Downey Jr. back. For God's sake,
Yeah. I the more I think about that, the more I hate it. I honest and truly.
I hate it. And they're like, oh, they'll make it work. So I don't fucking want him as Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
I don't. I know they'll make it work, but I still don't want it.
Yeah.
It's a cheap cop out.
I'm probably the only person who doesn't mind it, but I get where you guys are coming from.
It's not even from a purist angle. It's from this screams desperation. This is, like
we've been there, we've done it. Let's move on, type of thing. That's kind of how I feel about Downey. It's like, okay, it was good to see him, but we've been there, we've done it.
Because all we're gonna get is evil Iron Man. I think. Like if they don't, unless they introduce Matt, like him being a sorcerer, like in the comics, to add a little bit of flavor to it. Robert Downey Jr. is just going to be an evil Iron Man. That's all he's going to be.
Yep. I actually want a Doctor Doom movie. I've said this before. I would love to see a film where the focus is on the villain as the main character.
No, 100%.
People just want to see good movies, not woke movies. Well, I mean, it could be woke and good, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just want good movies.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not getting into that right now. We're wrapping up. Like
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
if it's woke and it's good, yay. If it's woke and it's bad, boo. You know, like that's the bottom line with us.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. So everybody out there, thank you so much for joining us here for this review of Wolverine and Deadpool, or Deadpool and Wolverine, depending on if you're dyslexic or not. And with all that being said, Zam, DH, and Sleepy Ginger, thank you so much for joining me here. And what did you guys think? Leave your comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe to Nerdtube. Remember it.